Okay, as you guys can see, this is another episode of Sky Vaults Plus, and we're going to be maxing out the Vault Forge. So we already have maxed out magnet proficiency. Now we're going to max out the rest of them. I've got them all to about 71-ish%, tiny bit under 71%, and we're going to get them to max, and we're going to see just kind of what we can get overall. So these are all the Omega Magnets I still have. These are all Omegas. I've got a bunch more. These are all the Omega Swords, and we're going to fill up all these chests with Omegas. We're going to see just kind of what we can get. So we're going to work on the foci now, and this is going to take a little bit, so I will see you guys. Actually, you know what? This isn't going to take that long. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this, and we're going to see. We're going to roll them. Did we get any mythics? Or Omegas? Did we get any Omegas? Did we get any Omegas? We got one epic. Okay, no Omegas. We're gonna wait until we get to Master Artisan level, which is gonna take a little bit because, again, it takes a little bit to get to Master Artisan level. So I'm gonna get to Master Artisan level for everything, which is about 90%. So we don't need all these normal artisan level. So Artisan level is the second highest level. Master Artisan is the next highest, which I believe starts at 95%. So it's going to take us a little bit to get it all the way there. But what we're going to do is we're going to get it all the way there. So we're still at Artisan, which is fine. It's just a little bit unfortunate. And we're at 83%. So ideally this goes a little faster, but we're going to try and get everything to 90%. And then I will show you guys kind of what things start to look like once you get to 90% on all these guys. So we're at 86. Okay, everything's up to 90% now. We're going to go for the 95% for Master Artisan. Still Artisan level. Come on now. Come on, Master Artisan, Master Artisan. We just need Master Artisan level stuff, or still Artisan. Okay, 94.7, 95%, still Artisan. Okay, so it's looking like Artisan goes a little bit longer than we thought. Is it 97%? There's Master Artisan. Where is it? There we go. We're at Master Artisan now, so we're gonna scrap all this stuff. We're gonna fill up our inventory with Master Artisan stuff, which will get it to probably 100% anyway. And then we're going to see just how many mythics we can get. If we get any mythics with legendary modifiers, mythics, I'm talking about Omegas. So, Omegas, Omega, Epic, Omega. Okay, so it looks like all these guys are Omegas. Didn't get anything crazy, unfortunately, but we're also not using a focus. We're not really spell casting, so it's not really something that we need to be worried about. Now we gotta get our wands all the way up, which should take us not too long either. Come on now, come on. $93. Okay, let's get our wands taken care of. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on. I did have to replenish our stores for, like, Vault Gold. I put a little bit more of our, stuff in our Vault Alloy in here as well. Okay, we're at Master Artisan level now, which is good. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to fill up our inventory, see how many Omegas we can get. Honestly, we're not going to use a wand either, so I'm only going to do 18 of you. Let's see. Omega, epic, Omega. Okay, perfect. So we got 5 Omegas, nothing crazy on there either. And now onto shields, which we do use. And if we can get a really, really good shield, I do want to replace that before we run the final couple vaults, such as the Herald, defeat the Herald vault, because that seems to be the final boss of this mod pack, and I want to make sure that we are fully prepared for that, and that means getting the best gear we can from a blocking standpoint, as well as a damage standpoint with the sword, because it seems like it's going to be a single boss, and I want to make sure that we have the most basal damage. So we are in Master Artisan territory now, and I'm going to get rid of all you guys. We're going to fill up our entire inventory for this one, just so that we get the highest chance of getting some good Omegas. I want the highest block chance possible, which I believe is 50% base, which is the implicits. So it's looking like those guys are our Omegas. We ended up getting quite a few Omegas. What is the max block chance? So block chance 40% basal max. Okay. We hit a max roll here. So I will keep you in this one. This is going to be our kit for the Herald. I don't really need the rest of these guys, but I will keep them in here just in case we lose the fight to the Herald. And now for a sword, and then we're also going to want gear with the highest possible protection, because we're not really going to be using vault abilities in that final fight. So I do want to make sure that we have the best possible damage sword. And still an Artisan tier. Okay. Hopefully this brings us to Master Artisan soon. Still Artisan. Okay, now we're in Master Artisan territory. Get rid of you guys. Still at 96%, so we've got a full inventory to fill. And max damage for a sword. And we can, of course, re-roll and work on finding the right other things. But getting that implicit is going to be the main thing. And that is 50 attack damage. So if we hit a max roll, it's pretty dope. Vault sword, vault sword. Vault sword, vault sword. So this guy, I know that guy's an Omega. Okay, that guy's also an Omega. The Omega, the Omega models for vault swords are way different. Also, we did not get any crazy high rolls, so maybe one more round of swords? Because I do want to make sure that we get the best possible vault gear that we possibly ever can, because that fight might be a little bit scary, even with our completely crazy overbuffed stuff. So, vault sword, Omega, Omega, Omega. Okay. So those guys are not Omegas. That guy's Omega. Those guys are not. That's Omega. Those are not Omega. That guy's Omega, apparently. None of those guys are Omega. Did we get any max rolls? Unfortunately, not any max rolls again. I guess if we get something good, like a max roll in the damage suffix, like 47 is pretty high for this, and the shocking hit is pretty high as well. So I think we take that one and we reforge it until we get a max implicit damage, and we work from there. Now, we're going to max out Axe, but I'm never going to... Actually, wait. We might be able to use an Axe in the last boss fight, because it's a single target, and the Axe does the most possible damage. We do kind of maybe want to use an Axe. That might be a strat. If we can get a max roll Axe, just out of pure luck, I would be so happy. Like, I don't know what I would do. I'd be so stunningly happy if we could do that. So, come on now. Let's see. We'll do one full thing. If we get a high, super, super high roll that's better than our sword or something, we can go for it, but I don't know. We need something higher than like 90 damage base. Or not 90 damage base, but 90 damage modified, so Those guys. Seems like all of these cool models are the Omegas. We ended up getting 7 Omegas, with 60 being max damage, so 56 is pretty good damage, plus 44, that's already 100 damage. Plus tank damage and lucky hit maxed out. Ooh, that axe is going to be our weapon. That axe is our boss fight weapon. I'm sorry, sword, but you've been replaced. That axe is already just immediately just so superior. Oh my gosh. Okay, and now on to the boots. We just want a max protection roll, or a max armor roll, if we can, and then everything else is kind of secondary. It doesn't really matter what the other things are, just so long as we get a really good armor roll. So ideally we get a really good armor roll. If we don't, it's still kind of okay. Okay, we're in Master Artisan already, so let's get some of you guys cracking. And we're gonna pick, I think that for boots, the highest you can go is 30. So if we can get something close to like 27 or higher, I will be really happy with that. So, okay, those guys are Omegas. Those guys are Omegas. Okay, 20, 26. Okay. So 26 is currently our highest. We're going to leave that in there for now. We're going to do one more round of boots and see if we can get the best boots possible. So of course it is random, essentially, but we do want Omega gear for all of this, just for all of the different modifiers and everything. So we should... We should be able to get the best possible thing that we can and do our best from there. So, Omegas, and 30. We got a max roll. We got a max roll on boots. Max roll on boots. Of course, it's on the Bunny Guardian boots. So, you know, valid. Did we get double 30s? We got double 30s. Ooh. What's the movement speed buff on this guy? We didn't get a movement speed buff. Ooh, okay. Okay. The poison avoidance is low. This one is seeming like it's really, really good. So I think we keep those current boots that we already picked out. And now on to leggings. Fingers crossed we get some good leggings as well. I don't know what the max roll on leggings is. I think it's 30 again. So it seems like max is going to be 120 armor. And I think that's what we're going to try and take. Honestly, we don't really have to like skimp on any of this stuff since we have so many materials. There's no reason to skimp on any of this. So... we just gotta get up to everything up to Master Artisan level. Okay, Master Artisan. We're gonna work on getting all of these guys up to Master Artisan concurrently, I guess. Because it'll just be easier that way. There's been a lot of this, by the way. Just spam clicking. And honestly, I don't hate it. It's not the most boring thing in the world, so... it's not terrible. It's actually quite rewarding to hearing the vault recyclers just going artisan, 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 artisan. Come on, give me Master Artisan. There we go. Master Artisan. Now for the chest plate, still need to get it to Master Artisan. Chest plate. Okay. Of course, Master Artisan is going to give us, I believe, a 1 in 9 chance to actually get Omega gear. So we have gotten quite lucky with our Omega rolls so far. It's either It's either 1 in 9 or 2 in 10. I don't remember the exact odds, but with us rolling 27 at a time, honestly, the odds are not really in our favor. Okay, we got 3 out of that set, none out of that set. Four total, 29. Currently our best for the legs. We're gonna do 2 more sets. If we get anything 30 or perfect, then I will be very happy. If not, it is what it is, and you know that's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna casually get everything as high as we can. There we go. Bunny Guardian leggings. I'm assuming that those are these guys. If we can get the full... Oh, that's Omega. That's already... It's already maxed. It's already maxed. It's already maxed. Imagine if we get another twofer. So. 30. We got another 29, but those guys are 30 already, which is insane. And I don't really need to keep any of the rest of this Omega gear, so honestly we can just kind of scrap it. Now for chest plate, we want to hit 30 again, so fingers crossed we can hit 30. I'm going to do 2 full sets, see how much Omega gear we can get. And if any of it rolls a 30, honestly, if we don't get an Omega with a 30, I am going to just scrap everything. Okay, nothing from that guy, we got that. Got that. There we go, and there we go. Okay, 18, 22, 23. Those guys are trash. Although I probably should keep the best that we get. You know, it's not really worth it until we get something kind of nuts. And we just gotta make sure that we're fully kitted for you know, the boss fight. So, you know, like, what's the point in going in if we're not gonna be fully kitted up? 26 is our best so far. 25. Not as good, unfortunately. Yeah, no. Okay, 26 is our current record to beat for chest plate. I need at least a 29 or higher. 29 or higher. You know what? I'm not going to take less than perfect. We need a 30. We need a 30. Come on, just give me a darn 30. Just give me a darn 30 already. Okay. So. 17. Nowhere close. 28. 27. 24. 19. 21. 20. No. I need the best of the best. Right off the bat. Come on, just give it to me already. Just please. Please. It's not that much to ask for. It's genuinely not. Also, my volume might be way too loud, unfortunately. Shoot. Y'all probably haven't been able to hear me very well. But, oh my gosh. Okay. We got a bone dragon. 23, 25, 30, 30, 28, 27. An Omega with 30. I just need an Omega with 30. An Omega with 30 should not be too much to ask. We got it, like, really quickly for the other things. Why can't we just get it for chest plate? Come on now. You're embarrassing me. 26. Trash. I need 30. Max is the only option. $30. Perfect. Right off the bat, we got what we needed. And you know what? Everything else, another double. And it's Bunny Guardian. You know, looks like we're going Bunny Guardian. Let's see what helmets we can get. We need a 30 on the helmet as well, so we get max rolls on everything initially. And then, honestly, I'm going to roll more axes to get max roll on... max roll on axes as well, because I'm not going to take anything less than max at this point. 17, 23, 29. Ooh, that's a mushroom, not a bunny guardian. But 29 is close, but I want it perfect. I need it perfect. Come on. I'm a madman. I need the perfect vault gear. Okay, I need a 30, and then I need it to be Omega. I need a 30, and I need it to be on Omega. I need a 30, and I need it to be on Omega. Okay. Come on now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fill this whole thing up. And we're going to fill up that entire backpack with vault gear. I end up going into the wrong one, but that's okay. So we turn off that magnet now. And now, what we're going to do is we are going to fill up that entire backpack and roll it all at once. Because that is probably the most efficient way that we can roll that many pieces of vault gear. So, we're going to shove all this stuff into this backpack. We'll roll it all at once. 30, 25, 30. Okay, we got it. And now, all of this stuff is going to go into the garbage can, because we don't need anything more than 30. And I need a max base roll, because reforging implicits, if we can just continue to roll these indefinitely, there's no reason to reforge implicits. You know, like, what's the point of reforging implicits if we can just go for max regardless? But 56 is our current one to beat. And we're going to start shoving these guys into here. And seeing what we can get if we find... So we need 60, right? $60 is the max roll, I do believe. So, 60 max damage. We need max damage roll. Shouldn't be too much to ask. Come on. Come on now. I'm not an addict. I need a max roll. It's like opening CS cases until you get a knife. You need to do it. It's just a requirement. Okay. Okay. One more set. Actually, not one more set. We need more than that. But, you know, close to one more. Okay, we're so close. We're so close. We are so stinking close. Okay, one more set of these guys. You're now AFK. I've been clicking that much, guys. Okay. Okay. This entire thing is full. We're gonna roll all these guys. All the non-omegas. Or actually, all of the omegas will come into our inventory. All the non-omegas I will leave, because omegas are the only cool-looking ones, which is good, because it shows which ones are which. So, I need a 60. I need a 60. I need a 60. 60. Or at least better than 54. Okay, 57. 57 is apparently the highest that we can get it, which is fine. And then 55 is the highest. So realistically, this one's really good, but this one is 1 damage better. And same attack speed. Worst aura. You know what? It's fine. It is what it is. We got what we needed. And that's going to be the end of this episode. GG's. Peace. Have a great day. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.